Hello, blessings everyone. Most of my past videos have been um, primarily focused on the gay lifestyle, the loneliness, um, the isolation, the devastation of homosexuality, especially in the 80s and 90s when I was in that life. Um, Now I wanted to focus on some practical um, ideas of what um, life can be after that life, after leaving that life. Um, I know that this was in 1999 when I was really rescued by our Lord from that life. I just didn't know what to do. I mean, He saved my life, but after that, I didn't know what to do. I really was confused about where I was going to go and what the future was going to be for me. Somehow, at that time, I, I don't know how, I really don't. I became familiar with the work of Dr. Joseph Nicolosi, um, who is in Los Angeles, and I'm up here in the Bay Area in San Francisco. And it was really shocking to me, I mean, what he was writing, because being gay was like, it was like this. Okay, my eyes are brown. I was born with brown eyes. I was born gay. That's just the way, you know, I believed, You're gay, you live a gay life. You have gay sex, you um, live with gay men, and maybe you settle down with somebody. I don't know. Back then, gay marriage wasn't really an issue. And it was strange that even then, even though God had rescued me from that life, I still thought of myself, well, I'm gay. It's just the way it is. It was part of me. It was who I was. I mean, especially after being in the life for over 10 years, because I lived in a gay neighborhood and my friends were gay. I ate at gay restaurants. I went to gay bars. I read gay magazines. It's just, the gay was everything. So, thinking about that and, a life outside of gay or away from gay or not in gay or not having gay was a little scary, because it's like, if I'm not gay, then what am I? Who am I? Um, and reading the work of Dr. Nicolosi, I was, seeing myself a lot in it, because, mainly through his case studies and the men that he's, worked with, a definite pattern begins to arise of, the wounded boy, or what I call the classic gay boy syndrome. A kid, perhaps, but not always, maybe who's a bit more effeminate, um, who is not athletic, and ends up being sort of alienated and lonely, and maybe perhaps doesn't have a lot of masculine affirmation at home, and just it just doesn't click, and you get into gay porn, and you start believing you're gay, and because a lot of times you don't remember anything beyond that, it feels like, well, that's the way you always were. And I saw myself in a lot of those men that he had worked with and he'd written about. And again, it was something new. It seems rather simple now, but when you're in that life and when you believe you're gay, you really don't look for anything that perhaps is, going to say contrary, because it's just what you believe. Now, afterwards, I did a lot of meditation, a lot of, you know, prayer, of course, a lot of times in adoration before the Blessed Sacrament, um, reciting the Rosary, Chaplet of Divine Mercy, um, a lot of prayer in general. And a special devotion that I don't know, it found me. I didn't really go looking for it, but Joseph, because, you know, my name is Joe. That's my birth name. And under some weird, bizarre twist, you know, it was the name I used, you know, when I did a couple of porn films, Joey, after Joey Stefano. And growing up, I had that name Joey, and I just hated it. I just loathed it because it sounded so boyish and so unmanly, that Joey. So I had an issue with just the name, and which is strange. But you know, Saint Joseph found me and really took me under his mantle or his cloak, and he became my protector, very, very much so. And a lot of my meditation time and a lot of the time I spent in prayer, a lot of times was focused on, you know, not necessarily him, but on the boyhood of, you know, the childhood and boyhood of Jesus with St. Joseph. And it really got me thinking about my own childhood, my own, you know, boyhood, and what went right and what went wrong. And there was a meditation that I came up with. I don't know, you know, somebody else probably did before, but I haven't heard of it. And I want to share it with you because I think it's very helpful. First of all, what you need to do is, you know, find a quiet place. Don't do this in the car or on the subway or on the bus or whatever. You know, and don't go to a park where kids are screaming. Go to a quiet place. You know, if you live in New York City, you know, go to a quiet corner of your apartment and just recollect yourself for a while, you know, 10, 15 minutes. And just be quiet with God, and just draw your thoughts and your memories back to childhood. And here we go. This is the meditation here. Imagine yourself on a road, let's say a dirt road, perhaps in the Holy Land, maybe not. And it stretches out before you, this road, and you're walking on it. And in the distance, you see a figure. You can see that it's a man, but you can't really see a face or anything else. The figure is now drawing closer, and you're walking towards him as well. Now, you know, he's clearer to you, and he's dressed in, you know, the traditional sort of garb of the time of Christ. And as you draw closer, you can see him. You can see this man, his face, his eyes, his hair, his beard, his arms, his legs. And as you draw closer, you're not afraid of him. It's very comforting, and you want to be closer to him. And as you're drawing closer, you also feel yourself getting younger, getting smaller. And by the time you reach him, you're like a 5-year-old boy. And you just come up to about his knee, and you grab on to his leg. and you can feel the warmth of his leg, the muscular of his leg, and you hold on to it, and it's safe, and it's strong, and it's permanent, and you just feel like this is your father. Now, he reaches down and takes you and lifts you up. And as he does that, you feel yourself getting younger again. Maybe about a 3-year-old boy. And he pulls you up to him, to his chest. And he pulls you tight and close to him. And you put your head on his shoulder. And now you're even a little younger, maybe a 2-year-old boy. And your heart and his heart are pressed against each other. And you can feel his heart beat against yours. And again, you feel safe. And his body is warm. And he's strong. And he's manly. And you feel safe as a little boy. And then again, you're even younger, maybe 1 year old or even younger, and he's cradling you and holding you in his arms. And again, you feel safe, you feel wanted, and you feel loved. And just stay there, and stay there in his arms. Okay, now I ran through that meditation very quickly. Normally, I would say let it take, 20 to 30 minutes, and really linger on that walk towards St. Joseph. And really stay there and let him hold you. And believe me, I've never felt such an intense prayer, an intense meditation as this one. And I think it will start, it won't heal you, but it will at least start that healing process where finally you can feel the love of a man in a safe place with someone who would never hurt you, never abuse you. Our dear St. Joseph, our protector of really all of us who, especially men, who suffer with same-sex attraction. This meditation in particular was really the beginning of my healing process, where the love of a man, being in physical contact with him, did not become sexual, and I did not get excited. And in the gay life, in the gay mindset, when you buy into that gay orientation and call yourself gay and all that business, having physical contact with someone of the same sex and not becoming excited is practically impossible, because you're just so wired and tuned in that way. But once you start thinking of a man and putting yourself as a child, it just doesn't happen. And then slowly, Christ, through his foster father, is bringing us out of that lie, that gay lie. And of course now I don't have same-sex attractions anymore. And of course I don't say I'm gay, because I'm not. That's over. And I have good relationships with men, and I don't have sexual thoughts anymore. It's just over. I have our Lord Jesus Christ, of course, to thank, and I have St. Joseph, because he really guided me through this and just took me back to my childhood, healed all that stuff that went on that I didn't even know about, that I'd forgotten about, that I'd pushed back into my brain, and he just healed it for me. And I pray that he can do the same for you. God bless you all, and I love you all. God bless you.